What is shaking, everybody? Don't forget Uncovering the Life of Your Dreams, an enlightened story by Bruce Schneider. I am giving these suckers away. You can go to the bookstore and get them for 25 bucks or 30 bucks if you're in Canada, or you can check this out here if you join the Beyond Resilient crew for free. Actually, it's not free, it's complimentary. So check this story out. Scott Billings has a pretty good life, or so it appears, but something is missing for him. Like many others, he finds himself just going through the motions, sleepwalking through life until an unexpected and unique encounter with a street beggar allows him to see the possibility of a new reality, a dream world that is more real than anything he's ever experienced. It is a world that holds the answers to the questions about life and his destiny. Now, that may sound like a story, y'all, but it's also a book about if you are one of the countless millions who has the feeling that there's something missing from your life, uncovering the life of your dreams will take you on a journey of your own toward a more enlightened life filled with abundance, joy, and absolute freedom. So if you want this book, you can go to Barnes & Noble right now, or you can just join the Beyond Resilient crew and have it mailed to you. Cam Manning, it looks like Cam's coach is on with us. Mike Fabber, author of Your Story, You Have Every Reason to Quit, but Don't. Mike is going to talk to us about unleashing the person within, unleashing the best self from the inside out today. Right, Mike?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mike, I have to ask you right away. Are you also a part of WBLZ Sports?
I am, yes, sir.
Now, I call it W Balls. Is that the right rating? Okay, so you're a radio announcer on W Balls. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Radio announcer on the morning show at W Balls. I don't even know where to find W Balls, but I think it's I don't know where to find W Balls.
Based out of Ohio.
Where do I look? Where do I look? So this interview has already gone off the crazy train. But before we even go and start talking about anything else, my name is Mark Cordone. I'm a positive psychology coach. Positive psychology about feeling good and functioning well. So you can operate at your best self, your highest capacity with purpose, and you can feel good. So Mike Fabber, are you feeling good and functioning well today?
Ooh, I feel great, man. I'm hyped. Let's go.
Okay, so Tyler, Patrick, Cam, for the other 10 people in here and more who are coming in, we're piling this place tonight. This place is packed tonight. Are you guys feeling good and functioning well? If you are, give us a big old heart. Give us a big old heart. We know you can do it, Tyler. We know you can do it, Patrick. We know you can do it, Cam. Give us a big old heart if you're feeling it. Now, if you're having one of those days where you're not feeling so good, you're not functioning so well, it's cool to have those days. Give us a thumbs up. It's an okay day. It's okay to have those days. Now, if you're hopeful about the future, I know you practice this. I know you shave for this favor. Give me a big old wow face. Can you? Let me see how long.
Was that great?
Let me see how long you can hold that wow face. I'm not gonna keep going until someone gives you a wow face. Hold that wow face, Fabber. That is unbelievable. Morgan Fabber just gave you some blue hearts. We got a wow face from Linda Evans, so we can stop.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you.
So this is the deal, y'all. Mike Fabber's coach, Mike Fabber, author, Mike Fabber motivational speaker, is going to talk to us today about unleashing that best self from within. But beforehand, let's go through a couple things. Ritu is feeling awesome over here. Where are you, Ritu? I'm guessing you're in California, but let us know where you are. Alexandra Union gave us a, what is that? That's a crown face? Brent Schott gave us 3 wow faces. So Fabber, give us a 3 wow face. A 3 wow face combo.
You can tell I was a beast in the mannequin challenge.
Oh my God, you are a beast. Patrick said, "What's up, Mike Faber?" Tyler, the coach. Everybody's saying hi to Mike Faber today. You are absolutely a celebrity, son. I knew that if I put on my Letterman jacket that the coach would show up today. The coach from W Balls is here. Tyler, is there a better dude than Mike Faber out there? I don't know. I think we should do this for an hour. Alexander Union's brain just exploded. We got Ritu coming in from San Jose. All of you out there, whether you're watching live or the replay, tell us where you're coming in from. I'm coming in from Tampa, Florida. Where are you, Faber?
I'm coming in from the good old state of Delaware, baby. What's up?
That's awesome.
The only state that ends in where?
Alexander Union is saying, I'm watching instead of editing my book. Do Monday for Angela. Alexander, books will get done, but you don't have Faber every day. Stick with us. We need to figure out your story, Faber. So with that said, Faber, what's your story?
Woo! My story is all over the place, man. Me too. I'm a little excited. My story's all over the place. I was actually born without the ability to hear. Right? Weird, right? So I didn't get the ability to hear until I was 3 years old. So I was behind in everything. I didn't know. I couldn't talk till I was like 5, but my mom and dad were like, no excuses. You have no crutches. So go to school. And I'm like, all right. People are putting together whole sentences, right? And I'm like trying to do the alphabet, right? So I was always behind. So even like 5th grade, I was like 3rd grade, the reading level, right? Mm-hmm. So, I got made fun of a little bit, right? Which was good, but it added thick skin to me. Things that I hated when I was younger, right? As I got older, I loved it. I was always a little different, clearly, right? I'm still a little different, right? But it was those things then that I thought were going to like literally be the end of me, right? Are now the things that make it where like I know I can make it. Like we could do this. If anyone can do it, all of us can do it, right? So that's where it's kind of started when I was really young, right? And it just worked. I have normal family dynamics. When I was 10 years old, my brother is one of those 22 men you hear about daily that was in the service that committed suicide, right? And that kind of sent a shockwave through my family. And I learned about loss young. I lost my father as a teenager, right? And I lost some friends in high school, and I lost some friends later on in life that kind of changed me in the way I looked at things and made me reevaluate life. But it also made me learn things about me, and in a way that helped shape me into the person I am today, right? Where I felt like at first when I was, when you're like 20, 21, I want to know how much money I can make, man. I want to know how much fun I can have, right? Like that was my thing. And until I lost one of my friends in 2011, I kind of said, what impact am I making? Like, if I'm not part of the solution, I'm part of the problem. And that's when I asked my mom if I could take over the foundation named in honor of my brother, the Joseph Patrick Faber Memorial Foundation. That's a mouthful, so we'll do JPFMF, make it a little easier, right? And I started my coaching, where I got into life coaching and trying to help and give back and build people up rather than tear them down. And rather than just worry about me, I worry about us. And that's kind of how I got to this stage now, 7 years later, 2018. I did that math pretty fast.
Holy cow! So that is a story. That is a story of stories, Mike. And so I do have to ask you a couple things, like along the way. It looks like loss was a big theme in your life growing up. And let's give a big shout out to John Blaine. John Blaine, good to see you, brother.
What up, John Blaine?
So what up, John Blaine? Talk to me about this. Talk to me about this Faber that's growing up. I mean, it sounds like you were picked on a lot. Is your hearing back? Like what?
Okay. At 3 years old, we moved. I got a new doctor. They realized that my tubes closed due to infections. I got on antibiotics for like 9 months, some tube cleaning, and boom! Now I don't shut up, and I hear it.
So they put Q-tips in your ear, essentially.
They just like they didn't even use Q-tips. They got like pinky finger. They dug in there like, "Two's good." I'm like, oh, all right, that's great.
They just went deep in the Q-tip, brother.
Right.
Hey, Whatever works. Whatever works. So do
Fair-
you remember when you first got your hearing, or like that's pretty early on? Okay.
Yep, it was roughly just turning 2, so that kind of made it. My parents realized I was deaf because we went to. My dad loved history, and he took us to Gettysburg, and I was real little. I have 3 older brothers and 2 older sisters, and the whole family's in like this stage, kind of like movie theater arena thing, and you hear like the rocket go off or the cannon go off, and everybody freaks out. I'm just like, and they realize something's up, and figured it out. Figured it out.
So talk to me a little bit more about your family growing up. Talk to me about your pops. What was
My
Papa
pops,
Faber like?
Pops was a man of men.
Okay.
Me and him butt heads a lot, but it's because I thought I knew better, and he actually knew better, which was weird, right? But
Yeah.
he was in Kings Point. He was head of port and terminals for New York City for under 4 different mayors. He was like a genius. He had like 3 master degrees, a doctorate degree, a couple bachelor degrees. He owned his own
Damn.
businesses. He worked for other businesses. He was an engineer, chief engineer. So he was, but he was brilliant, and I didn't want to believe it. So I always thought I was smarter than him until it was too late. And I got older and I realized he was right about everything he said. And I should have just listened and life would have been smoother, but it didn't happen that way. So, but lessons learned.
Right
But he
on.
was a man of men. He taught me a lot of great lessons that I use every day now.
Right. Rich Mendenhall says, "Hey, coach, what's shaking, coach?"
Oh, really?
Brent shot goes pop, pop, boom, pop, pop. I think that's the. Oh, okay. Is that what it is? Touchdown. Okay, touchdown. Boom.
Oh, we're scoring.
So, talk to me a little bit about like the dynamic was sort of, yo, we're button heads. You both had ideas about some things. What were some of the things that you thought you knew where you were right on, but until he was gone, you realized you were wrong about?
All right, so to really make this make sense at all, around 16, I moved out of my house, right? He said, my way or the highway. I picked the highway, right? Not a good choice. He was right on that one, but I think that was good, went without saying, right? But then, so I learned the hard way. Like, I thought a lot of people that I hung out with were really great friends. I had like 350 friends. I'm friends with everybody, man. Everybody loves me and cares about me, man.
Yeah, especially TC12 in the building, baby.
Uh-oh. TC. You want all your weightlifting needs.
But, I think the world has stopped for Michael Faber, dude.
Clearly, I need to go to TC a little more, but all right, like you, much better than me. So I got in trouble, right, and really, I got very lucky in a way. I got in trouble, and you find out, who your friends are pretty quick, right? And I had about like 1 friend when I got in trouble. Yeah. I thought I had 350, and then I get in trouble, and my mom and dad are like first people there. My dad literally went through like everybody's testimony and found out all those places that they lied, right? And highlighted it and gave it to the lawyer, like did the lawyer's work for them, right? And unfortunately, my father passed away while all that was going on. But it was just, that was really eye-opening to me, but it also gave me the opportunity to get close to him again about 6 months before he passed. So we had about 6 months where it was where he understood that I understood that I was wrong, he was right, kind of thing. And I thank God, right? I thank and whoever is responsible for that moment. Thank you for those 6 months, because it made it where I could live with it, right? Like it made it where I was okay with it, because I got to have that relationship.
So those last 6 months, you knew what's your dad's name?
Ed.
Ed?
Mm-hmm.
So those last 6 months, little Faber knew Ed was going. You knew that he was coming to his close.
Oh, no. He died very suddenly, but I got 6 months with him. So okay. It was, so that's where it was good. We did not know it was coming. He had an aneurysm in his chest, like a heart attack. So it happened very quickly. But I got those 6 months of having a relationship again, being able to say, I love you, Dad, him saying it back to me. That's awesome. That's where I hold our memories of those. And then earlier on when he taught me so much.
Is there any last things or anything that if he were here right now that you would say to him that you hadn't had the opportunity to say to him?
Oh, of course, there's only a million things, right? You hope you made him proud, right? I mean, like, your pop's that strong, but also just that I know that I love him, that I understand that he was right and that he was looking out for the best of me, even though at the time I didn't think it, right?
Yeah.
And and that hopefully I took a lot of what he said as, love your family, take care of your family, be there for people, and now use that in my life every day.
So Ed Faber, let's say is watching right now, and I bring him on as a surprise guest, right? Because I have that kind of. Mark Cordone has those kind of powers, baby. Especially when I got my Team Philippines jacket on, baby. What do you think would if he had 30 seconds with you? What do you think he'd say to you right now?
He'd say, "Straighten up."
He's still telling you to straighten up?
Dang right. He would always tell me,
damn, son.
"Straighten up. I love you. Take care of your family."
That's awesome. That is awesome. So let's talk about your brother.
Gotcha.
What's your brother's name? Joey.
Joey. Man, he was awesome. He was a looker, right? Smart, right? But also like such a good heart, man. Like he was the best of us. And unfortunately, with the lack at that point of mental health, right, and understanding of it, and the understanding of meds and what they do as well, and life. It was the unfortunate storm that was the ending, but now you think of it, that wasn't his ending, because with the foundation, we take care of people literally from like 3 years old to seniors, right? To senior citizens. So we're affecting so much positive on so many people, and that's exactly what he would want. So he's sitting there smiling like, I knew it. I knew you'd get it. It took me a long time, but I knew you'd get it sooner or later, man.
Okay, so he's the looker of the family. He got his shit together.
He was everything, man. He was smart. He was looker.
What was it like to grow up with him? Like, what would be a Joey Mike Day? What would it look like?
He picked me up by my ears. I mean, like I was the youngest. I was the youngest of the family. He had two older brothers. I was the only younger brother, right? So it was like pick me up by my ears, kick me underneath the table, right? Good old fashioned brotherly love, right? Now,
yeah,
it's my family's like a lot of families, man. We'll mess with each other, but you're not messing with us, kind of thing. So I knew I was always protected. I was going to get beat up, but it was going to be by him, but he'd be the first one there if I fell or if someone was messing with me or if something was going on of that nature. He'd be one of the first ones there to make sure that nothing happened to me. So it's as much as I knew that he was a pain in the ass, right? That he beat me up. I also knew I was protected and loved.
Okay, so let's do the same thing, dude. Why give Ed all the attention here? Let's say that you got time with Joey right now. What would you say to Joey?
I'd say I grew into my ears, so they're not that big anymore, right? Like they fit my head.
Stop, brother! Take another shot at me now.
Right? Try to lift these suckers. Not happening. No, but yeah, I would tell him I love him, and I would tell him that a lot of what we do every day is because of him and because of the legacy that he lives on now and what he left when he went. And I would make sure he knows that he's thought about and loved and cared about and will never be forgotten. What we're doing, the work we're doing, right? Think about it. This is what makes me smile. The work we're doing, I mean, 4-year-olds are getting benefits from the JPFMF. Like they're going to grow up remembering Joey had a hand in something that was great for them, that helped them, that might have get them over the hump he didn't get over. Right?
Sure.
And to think about that, you're just like, yeah, all right, I'm good with that. I'll smile.
Right on. So I'm gonna give him some time too. What would he say to you if he had 30 seconds right now?
He would say, "Straighten up." Right?
What the hell is wrong with you?
He would say, straighten up, right? Get your life right, right? Right. Like, don't make me. And
make me
right. Protect your ears at all costs. He would say, "I love you," and keep going. Don't stop. Keep going. And that's why that's my big thing is keep going. Go for it. Like because we'll get there. Like the only way I know you won't get there is if you stop. If you keep going, you have a shot. You have a chance, and that's all we ask for is a chance, right?
Okay. So talk to me a little bit about the foundation now, because you're talking about and Bruce Mason. Good to see you. Shouting out to you, Mike. Morgan gives you The 444 love, yes. Is
Oh
this?
yeah.
You're all about getting the love right now. Hey, I want everybody to pile this with messages to Mike Fabber right now because he's reacting to your stuff. Booms and loves and hey guys, love it, love it, love it. So Fabber, talk to me about your foundation.
Okay. The JPFMF.
Yeah.
Man, we try to do so much, man. I just want to keep doing things, right? Like every year we're like,
Yeah.
we're adding more, we're adding more, we're adding more. And we're a real nonprofit. No one that literally works for the foundation gets paid.
Okay.
Every dime that's donated to the foundation goes to the cause. Because that was our big thing. I don't like when you donate somewhere and they're like, 1 cent of every dollar goes to the people that need it, and 99 cents goes to this guy with a Lexus that sits in the office 3 days a week and gets $1 million bonus at the end of the year. You're welcome.
It goes.
Right? Like I don't want to be that.
It goes to Brent Schott.
There we go. Brent, that's my dude.
Dang right. Keep it going.
Dang right. Keep going, man. Keep going. Just keep going. I think I say it every time I talk to him. I think I say that 100 times. Got to keep going.
So, but talk to me about the foundation.
All
So
right,
the foundation, it doesn't hold anything when it comes to the financial resources. It gives everything out. What is the mission statement of the foundation?
All right. So we're here to anti-bullying, anti-drugs, and the prevention of suicide. Is really the goal of the foundation. But then since then, too, we've branched off into many different areas as well. All right. You're getting me hype. I keep jumping at the camera.
I'm loving it.
I'm scaring people in the room.
Right? No. Fabber,
like,
keep moving.
Keep that beard on the chain. So the foundation. So we literally, our goal is to like impact people as young as we can to as old as we can. So we start with our prep program. Where it's promote reading and enthusiasm in preschoolers. Right. And you can get that mailed to your house for free. You can get that dropped off at daycares, preschools, kindergartens, and we actually do it all the way up to 3rd grade. Right. So then 3rd grade to 8th grade, we do team building exercises. That's called kick bullying out of classroom. And we go in and we say the winning classroom gets a pizza party. Right. And at the end, we realize we all won because we all came together and we worked together. Right. But what we do is we try to learn the strengths of some of the people in the room that might be the quiet one or might be the ones that, sit at the table with less people at lunch. Or the one that might be the butt of the jokes, and we learn their strengths, and then we'll build a lot of what we do around their strengths of the people in the room. So then they all of a sudden become the most important person in that room because that's what they can do and that's what they're good at, right? So then what we see is that, and what's true is everybody has value, man. Everybody has use. Like we all are here for reasons, and we can all do things, even if it's as little as building a tower out of a trash can of materials, right? Like whatever it is. We all have that worth and that value and that ability. And learning what we all have, right? I think all too often we look at each other like fashion. Like, oh, I don't like that shirt, bro. I don't want it, right? When we're not, that's why one person will tell you that I'm awesome, right? The other person will be like, I hate that dude, right? Like you ask my mom, I might be the greatest person ever exist. You ask one of my exes, I think they hate me, right? Like I'm the worst that ever existed, right? Like, so I imagine I'm somewhere in the middle.
So I want any of Fabber's exes to write right now. Like, what kind of dude is Fabber?
Don't do that. I'll run.
No, let me ask you this, Fabber. When you see, you obviously said that you were the sort of the recipient of bullying growing up. Like when you see it now, whether it be with kids or whether you see it on an adult level, like, do you have a guttural reaction like? Oh, stop this shit. Or are you like, okay, guys, let's talk this through. Everyone gets a slice of pizza. Like,
everybody
wins, Like, what's your reaction when you actually see it? What are you doing, Fabber? You're on a live show, man.
I dropped some things, picked it up. No, we're good now. So what I do really when I see there's moments where I'm human, man. So I drop stuff but I also have emotion. Yeah. Right. And there's some cases where of course I get angry, man. I get mad that no kid should have to go through that. Yeah. And someone should be there telling them like, listen, like this isn't the end of it. Right. Right. Like you're gonna do big things. You're gonna do great things, man. You just don't listen to the noise. Right. I have a whole podcast on my website about the noise, blocking the noise out. And it goes like that I think for your whole life, you got to block the noise out because as much as I do, whenever you're doing something, whenever you're putting yourself out there, there's going to be people that shade, right? They're going to put some shade on what you do, and that's a positive kind, the kind that makes it like, oh yeah, whatever that show, right? Right? He wants to be like me with his red hair, right? Like things like that. But it's not. But that's not like it's. You got to block it out. You just got to live your life. So sometimes I get, man, when you hear some of these stories, which I'm sure you hear some of them, and to think we have people at 10, 11 years old trying to hurt themselves because people making fun of them, right? Going that far, then it's way too far, right? So those situations break my heart, man. They make me angry. They make me mad. They make me upset, right? But I take that deep breath, right? Right? Oosa, right? Bring it out.
What's-a?
And you sit there and you tell the guy, like, you're not alone. You're not alone, man. As many went through this before you, many will go through it after you. Unfortunately, you shouldn't have to. And you learn lessons the young that we shouldn't learn, like life's not fair, right? And we shouldn't look for fair because that doesn't exist. So what we should look for is that no matter what all these other people are doing around us, whatever the noise is, whatever the environment is, we're going after what makes our heart leap, right? What makes us smile, what makes us feel good, right? And that's what we focus on and go after. Forget all these other things.
So
like
let me ask.
Stuff.
No, don't worry about that, bro. So let me ask you this. So when you're talking about teaching the message of fairness, which I agree with, and then teaching the message that like everybody has something to add and everyone wins, right? So no one is saying, okay, here's Fabber teaching us about fairness, but everyone gets a slice of pizza. Like, how do you have those ideas like come together and be meaningful and make sense? Because both by themselves make sense, but then when you start bringing in fairness, justice.
Now, life is not fair, right? We'll all know that. I'm sure you've worked so hard that you should have the best Letterman jacket you could ever get on right now because you have worked that out. Like, listen, I know what a professional you are at your show. If I didn't, I wouldn't be on it. But two, I wouldn't have been so nervous being on it. Right? Like, I know how much work you put into this, that you're preparing for days upon days for this moment, right? And to see anything like me drop something during it, you're like, because this is a part of your masterpiece. Right? Like, and you're painting your portrait and you're every brush is important. Every stroke is important. Don't mess with my masterpiece, people. Right? And if I was like, you should have everything you could ever dream of because that's how much you put into it. But the countless hours, right? You don't get everything you should.
Yeah.
For everything you put in. And that's okay. We know that. It's for that bigger thing. It's for that mountaintop, that peak that we climb. Right? So when we talk fair, that's what I mean by life's not fair. But now there is opportunities for us all to win. I don't mean the trophy at the end, everybody gets one, right? Everybody gets a ribbon, we all win. I don't mean that. I mean when we love and when we care about one another and when we work together, we do win. We all do. Because when we all come together and do something, we've all become better. Right? So it's like, to me, if we could unite, right, more, right, do that heart, right? If we could do that more, right, and love, and everything out of love is normal. Right? It's hard to complain, right? If we could do that more often, right? Then how many more people would win, right? And then how much? And then if they're feeling that in return because you're giving it to them, right? Like today, you made me feel special. Right? Like today I'm on top of the world because of you, man. You did that. Right? So if we could do that feeling to more, you're going to make me tonight work harder. Right? Because I feel it, right? I'm like, man, it's paying off. Right? So I'm going to work even harder now. All right? And if we do that more often, more people will feel that. They'll do better. In return, slingshot us, we'll do better. Yeah. Right? And then we're all winning and we're all improving. And other people are helping us improve by just doing their thing, whatever that thing is, just by doing it.
Absolutely love it. It looks like Cam is loving it as well. Preach, brother. I think we're going to talk about this later. Oh, or is that an inside joke?
What?
Someone wrote, Margaret McClure wrote, oh.
Dang right. Out. Oh, every day. Outwork everyone.
outwork everyone. I love it. Outwork everyone. So I need to throw this out there before we move forward. So it looks like you were doing a little background check on me and asking people about whether I was legit or not. What's the deal with that?
Not necessarily legit. Not necessarily legit.
Okay.
It was, do you take the time, right? Do you put in the effort to make the product, your masterpiece? That, right? Because then I know what I have to do. So I had to come prepared. I got notes all around me, right? I got papers.
Oh,
right,
shit. Oh,
I don't have it word for word, because if I had it word for word, I'd mess up. I can't read what's there. Right? I'm like, I don't know. And I would drop the papers like I did, right? And I'm like, what do I say now? Right? But it was make sure I'm on top of my game, because he's going to be on top of his game. And
so you got feedback that I was on top of my game.
Oh, everything.
I want to know those people.
That you're amazing. That you were amazing. That you're amazing. That you're real. First of all, one of the biggest things to me is being real, right? Like I'm not going to make everybody happy, right? Like it's not going to happen, right? I could try my ass off. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be real about what I preach, what I say. When I say what I say, when I do what I do, I'm going to be real about it in every aspect, right? Like I'm wearing sweatpants. I'm going to be real about it, right? And but it's you're real. And when you're real, I appreciate that and I respect it. Even if I don't necessarily see eye to eye on everything we talk about, right? Which I do. Yeah. I'm not saying you. But I'm just saying in general, if you're real about what you are, what you do, what you say, we might not agree, and that's fine. But you're real. You're being authentically you, which I need you to be for this whole thing to work. Because I don't want another Mike Fabber. We could barely handle one.
I don't think the world can handle one favor right now, but that is appreciated, dude. I love the fact that you did your homework on this, and you just to not make this a total love fest, but I do appreciate what you're bringing in, man. I think you've instantaneously brought quality to the show, so I feel like you've definitely raised that bar. And
you see nothing yet.
Yeah, I haven't. So let's go there. Let's go there, Fabber. What is it that you got to drop on us? Because you made me capitalize unleash. So what is it?
Unleash you?
You capitalize unleash in this title. What are we gonna unleash?
Unleash you? Look, Cam right now is sitting there waiting to say something. I can feel it. But the unleash you, man, that's that untapped, unbelievable, unmeasurable potential within all of us to do things, to do amazing, unbelievable things that we wouldn't even know we were capable of unless we really dive inside, break down some barriers, take out those. Man, you had someone on talking about limits, right? And I was like, I shouldn't talk after this, because I'm a firm believer in you set your own limits. Okay. And the only one that can take those limits away is you, right? You have to get through them, right? You have to get whatever it is that's making, is it a limited belief? Is it a gremlin? What is it? Someone else's voice in your head telling you this? Is it your voice in your head? Whatever it is, you set your own limits. And when we can take down those things, when we can knock away those limits, all of a sudden, your potential just grew now more. You can do more now, right? Like, I think if you give me enough time, I'll dunk a basketball. Maybe not.
The Mike Fabber challenge has been unleashed. Fabber, you have 365 days to dunk a basketball, and my foundation will give $1,000 if you dunk a basketball within 365 days. That is my promise to you.
Okay. But if not, I'll return the favor.
And don't. Okay, there you go. Return the favor, and I know exactly who we'll donate it to. We'll donate it to the Alzheimer's Foundation. So there you go. There's the Mike Fabber Mark Cordone challenge. 1 year from today, Mike Fabber, leave WLB. What is Corey saying?
I don't. Maybe it means WBLZ. I don't know. I can take guesses.
Corey, what are you saying, brother? We got Jorge here. I miss you, Coach.
Jorge, what up?
Yeah. So, Coach, tell me about all these people that are writing in. This may be one of the biggest reactions that I've ever gotten on the show. Who are these folks?
These are my people, man.
Talk about your people, because they're all about you.
Oh my God, man! I am beyond belief one of the luckiest men to ever walk Earth with the support system, the people that have my back that I do not deserve. I don't deserve the kind of love that people show me. And every time that they talk to me, they're just like, "You're a good guy," and I'm like, "Well, you don't know me well enough." No, but it's really I just I listen and they talk and and we build relationships and there's so many people on here that I could go through names of just people that I'm thankful for that I met through doing this this progress, right? This whole process that man, I just sit back sometimes and I'm like, what the hell? Like, how did I ever get this lucky, man? Like, someone lied to these people about me, and I want to know who did it because they're the best salesmen on earth. And I'm gonna invite them to work for me because they are good. But man, it's just people showing love, and that's exactly what we should do to one another. Like I always say, for any of us to make it, we should be happy. We should be happy.
Yeah.
Anybody that makes it, we should be happy for them. No hate here. No hate.
Well, this is a total testament to what you're putting out to the world is this reception that you're getting. Margaret McClure talking about being a supporter. Look at you taking over my. Can you do a pulse? Can you pulse it? Can you pulse it? Can you give me can you give me a wow face to a pulse?
That looks horrible, probably. And also, when you do that, I feel like I'm doing techno music, right? Like
we should have techno going. Get the glow sticks, Fabber.
Yeah.
Corey Brown, I don't even know. He's talking about King James. Please retire. Some inside jokes. Morgan, best circle ever. Best circle ever. Ebba. So, Fabber, tell us some more tips about unleashing yourself, brother.
All right, so it's one we try to work on, breaking down the limits in which you set on yourself, right? But also, we all know things you're more passionate about, you're willing to give more to, right? Like if you were like, Mike, come outside and kick rocks with me, I wouldn't be very dedicated to that, right? But if you were like, Mike, come down the street, let's hand out some food to people that need it, I'd be like, hell yeah, let's go, bro, right? So it's when I'm passionate about something, I know I'll give more to it. Right? I know I'm willing to give more, do more, and sacrifice more for it. Right? So we have to find out what your passion is, man, and what you want your purpose to be, because really you get to pick it. I mean, like, I don't know if whatever creator, whatever we call, whatever name you want to give them, I'm not here. Irrelevant, right? For me, right? We all have our own, and it's like, do you think he was like, or she, or it, or universe was like, I want to create a great Madden player that'll go around and play on the Madden bus? That should be their purpose, right? Like, I don't know, man. I feel like that's minuscule to some things, right? Like, and I might be wrong. I feel like there's something bigger, right? So I think we get to all pick, like, this is where I want to. This is how I want to give back to the world, and I'm going to work my ass off to be able to have the skill to master the craft to give back in this way, right? Like I said, in 2011, I started this. You heard my name a month ago.
Yeah.
7 years I've been putting in to get my name heard by the great Mark. Right? But I had to put in that time to master my craft. It's like, we laugh about that. I have clients that are like, listen, I wish I was doing more. And I'm like, well, you got to keep working. Like, you got to do more to do more. You know what I mean? And it's find that passion that you're willing to make those sacrifices on your own, where no one has to say, hey, you got to sacrifice more. Like that, you're just willing to do it, right? It's like, I'm willing to have sleepless nights for this, right? I'm willing to get up at 4:35 a.m. for this, right? I'm willing to stay up late for this, right? I'm willing to put a purple shirt on for this, right? That's probably the hardest one I have to do yet, right? But I'm willing to do that because I care so much about it. So we got to find your passion, right? And finding this isn't easy as sitting there and being like, I really like pizza, right?
Yeah.
Like it's trial and error. It's diving into things even deeper and deeper and deeper and seeing if this is really what I care about with all my heart. This is really what I love, right? Because you almost have to love it, right? Like sooner or later, you're going to have to love it if you really want to make the biggest impact you can, right? Because you love
absolutely. Absolutely. Well, the thing that I ask myself, and you said it at the beginning, is how do we differentiate things that are like a job versus
Mm-hmm.
things that are a career? Like a career is
Mm-hmm.
more of a boosted
Mm-hmm.
job
Profession.
versus a calling. Where like a calling
Mm-hmm.
is straight up hot fire. You can't
Mm-hmm.
like there is if my wallet is not emptied, if there's nothing in my wallet, I'll still do it.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll do it with pizzazz and love. That's what I'm hearing, Faber, with when it talks to passion, talks about passion. You checking your cell phone on me, Faber?
I'm
Yeah.
sharing. I'm sharing for it. I have
Just
a goal, brother.
no, I'm just kidding, brother. I wanted to talk about Corey Brown, who loves barbecue pizza.
Yes, Corey.
Corey does it for the barbecue pizza.
He wants to party. And LeBron fire.
June wants to know where you going, Coach. I didn't see you this morning. Were you skipping out of school,
here.
Coach?
I'm right here.
Were you not on W Balls this morning, Coach?
I was not.
Okay. Daryl Lee Owen Sr. says, Coach, continue to legacy build. Hashtag legacy building.
You know who Dio Sr. is? You want to know who that guy is? Do you remember Mr. Rollback from Walmart? Snap! That's him! That's him! He's Mr. Rollback!
The show! Oh my God, I live for these moments!
That's Mr. Rollback right there.
Of course I remember you,
Mr. Rollback.
Mr. Rollback,
right,
you're in place. Anytime you want to come on the show, Mr. Rollback, please PM me. Let's get you on the show. Corey's coming through again, talking about the fact that the XFL will be better than the NFL in 2020. What is going on with this show, man? Mr. Rollback.
You never know. It's possible. You never know.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
Okay, so we got things about sort of beginning to realize that you're limitless, and then the second thing, sort of going in and living your passion, engaging with your passion. What else?
Aligning your passion, right, with your life. Right? How many people you know, and I'm sure you know a lot, that's like, oh man, yeah, I love that. Like, oh yeah, when you do it? Oh, I don't. Right? Like, I don't have time. I'm like, you don't have the time to do something you love? You just told me you love it. I love ho-hos. I make time for ho-hos every night. Right? Maybe not. But if you love it, you got to align it with your life, man, and find the time. Because all too often we get caught up with the living without being alive aspect of it, right? And it's we're alive, we're living, we're going through the motions every day. Like we're doing the things we're supposed to do, like showering. I do that a couple times a week, right? Brushing my teeth a couple less times a week, right? And we all align, we do these things, and we get caught up in the I'm living, but am I really truly alive while doing it? Am I really giving my inside, my heart, my soul into this life to get the most out of it? And a lot of people, you can say no. And that's why I love, like Dio Sr., Mr. Snapback himself now created his own sports network, the Legacy Maker, right? And it's like, and he's empowering people. He's giving guys that wanted to be announcers gigs to live their dream. And I'm like, you talk about power, right? You talk about power where you get to do something of your dream and then let someone else, by you opening that door, you open the door for someone else to come in and live their dream. Right, like you right now, by living your dream, open this door for me to come in here and live piece of my dream through yours. Right, like the power, like that feeling, like you should be so damn proud, right? And just sit back and be like, I'm making that impact, man. And no longer am I making my impact, like you're hitting that wall, but you're letting other people hit that wall too. So that hole you're creating, that legacy you're creating, look out, man. It's going to be huge what you're doing.
Faber, I'm overwhelmed by you. So is TC Casey, who's saying, Michael Faber, you need to align Gully to the door. What is this shit? TC, keep it coming. Daryl Lee Owen Sr. dropped the one again. The rollback. Wow, thanks for this offer, Mark. Much appreciated. Brown thumb up.
Boom!
Boom. Jorge, I miss the coach every morning. TC said, me too.
Oh, we're hugging it out.
So quick question. Why do they call you the Mike the Mike Coach Mike Fabber. Like, what does "the" stand for? Like,
I'm the Coach Mike
oh,
Fabber.
you're the Coach Mike Fabber.
In case there's another Coach Mike Fabber out there, they don't get it twisted. I'm the Coach Mike Fabber. So you might be Coach Mike Fabber. That's fine, but I'm the Coach Mike Fabber.
And
The name wasn't even mine, really, to be honest with you. When I started Sports Talk a long time ago, I came on. The guy was like, "What do you know about sports? What gives you any kind of credentials to talk about sports?" And I was like, "Well, just so you know, I've been a basketball coach now." And at that point, it was like 7 years. Now it's like 15 years. But I'm like, I've been a basketball coach for like 7 years, and I played it, and now I coach it, and I played numerous other sports. And I love the game. I always tell everybody it's unfortunate because I met my true love when I was like 4 years old. It was basketball. And I was horrendous at basketball when I first started, but I loved it so much. I just kept doing it until I got better at it, supposedly in my head at least. And so the guy was like, "Oh yeah, we'll just call you the coach then. You're the coach." And it just stuck where I went to Sports Talk. They called me the coach. So now it's real awkward in this line of work, right? And in coaching basketball because they'll be like, "Oh, the coach," and everybody's like, "Why the hell is he the coach?" Like, we're all coaches. Right? And it's like, no disrespect, right? Like, no, peace, love, and happiness, man. We don't mean it that way. We just mean it like I actually coach basketball too, and life coach, and then it's the Sports Talk. I'm the coach, right? So it's ask the coach questions and stuff.
And just in case there's another Coach Mike Fabber, you wanna hold on to this market.
I want them to know,
Coach Mike Fabber.
It's mine. It's mine.
I think you and I need to go on the road. I'm gonna try out for the WWE with you. Because Mike Fabber, what are you gonna do? Right? What are you gonna do?
You smell it. All the way from there.
What is it? Because I look like a Polynesian with an eyebrow?
I showered.
Well, I just can't stop. Bill Waters, waiters, me three. I don't. Oh, they miss you every day. That's what's going on. Jorge, I'm the favorite coach host. Wink. Sweat. I don't know what that is. There are.
Jorge's my dude, though.
Jorge, what's up? Bruce Mason. Someone teach Gully about sports. Who's Gully? Gully, we need whoever Gully is. I'm staying online until Gully comes on and says something back. TC Casey says Beetlejuice is Tom Gully. Who is Gully?
He does our morning show at the same time I do.
Okay, Coach, getting a shout out from Tony Dias. Corey,
D, what up?
Tony D, Corey Brown, Browns versus Lions, Super Bowl 2019. Corey, you officially get the invite to the golden microphone. I need to see your face. I need to hear you talk. I need to hear if you do more than one-liners, brother. But these are fantastic. Morgan Fabber, I agree. Great show and amazing energy. Let's take it on the road, Morgan. You're our manager.
Let's do it.
Bill Waiter. Bill Waiter says, wait 5 minutes. He'll troll in. What is going on? I have no idea. This is totally the coach's show right now. I have lost all control here on the Golden Mic. Tony Dias, Periscope hasn't been the same. What does this mean?
My show's broadcast on Twitter too, on Periscope.
This is out of control. We have lost any semblance of sanity in this show. But just to bring it back, you wrote a book. What's going on with that? Yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah. What's going on with the book?
What is going on with it?
So we're having a staring contest now. What's going on with your show?
So the book is going well.
Your book.
Right, I sold more than 5 copies, so I sold more than I thought I would. Right. And I bought 5. Right. So it's right. No. So really I did it one because someone challenged me, and if you challenge me to something like exactly dunking in a year, I will accept it because I'm ridiculously naive, silly, and stupid. But I'll do it because I'll try my ass off to make it work. Now, I wrote this book because someone said to, and they're like, "Oh, just write it about your life. You had a crazy life." And I was like, all right. So I started doing that and I deleted it all, right? I erased the whole thing. I said, I don't want to do that, man. Like it's it's going to be stories of my life, but it's going to be to help someone with theirs. I don't want to do anything about me. I want to do something about us, right? Because I'm a big us guy. If we can all make it, why don't we all make it, right? So I wrote stories of my life and what I learned from those moments. Now looking back, that I gained confidence from, or knowledge from, right? Belief from, and then I go and I ask a couple questions about where you've experienced something like this in your life, right? And then we leave 3 blank pieces with lines on it, and you can write your piece, like where makes sense in your life, in your story. You take all those pieces out at the end, right? You put it together, you have your story, and you have every reason to quit, right? Life's not going to go well. Sometimes there's going to be bad days. Sometimes you're not going to get what you deserve or earn. We're going to have those moments, all right? Look back at your book, look back what you made it through, your story, and know you can make it through this and get further down the road, that you can do more, you can get more, and you will. You just got to keep going. And that's why it's your story. You have every reason to quit, but don't.
Right on, right on. So the book, I just picked it up right now. It's on Amazon. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna write my story. Fabber, this has been the show of shows. I must say that I've never quite seen a reaction like this. Check this out. Daryl Lee Owens Sr. comes in for the hat trick. Look how many lives the coach has touched. Proud of you, brother. And roll back, ground thumb up. Awesome, Daryl Lee Owens Sr. Good seeing you. And thanks for all the good work that you're doing with helping announcers get work. Can't wait to have you on the show, Daryl Lee. Margaret McClure, amazing book. We all love you, Coach. So it looks like, Margaret, you checked out the book. Bruce agrees. Bruce Mason agrees. Agree. The coach is an amazing man who loves all. Seriously, I do not know who you don't love, and I'm loving all of this. Corey Brown
has such amazing stories, man. Corey Brown's a little crazy. He has amazing stories. Like Bruce Mason has an amazing story from what he has to battle through in his life and how much he cares about people. I mean, his story, when you hear it, you're just like, man, I am not worthy of these people saying these things about me. I'm not worthy, right? Like and that's why you do this, right? Like every day it's for their stories, man, to get heard and for them to keep going, man. Just, you got this. You can do it, coach. You can do it, right? Like
you can do it. So people are continuing to pour it in. Daryl Lee Owens with the top hat gives you 3 brown thumbs up. 3 brown thumbs up from Daryl Lee Owens Sr. So, Coach, this is the last moment now. So everybody's got a chance to comment on the coach before we close the show off. Coach, this is the deal, brother. Mm-hmm. It is March 21st. So March 22nd, your training begins with the Michael Fabber, Mark Cordone Slam Dunk Challenge. You got 365 days to dunk a ball, which is freaking amazing. Bill Waiters, again, coach is so nice he won't say a bad word about Tom Gully, you've got 5 minutes to get on the show and protect yourself. You're getting blasted on the golden mic today. Corey Brown, I'm crazy like WWE Dean Ambrose. Believe in the shield. Believe in the shield, brother. Our sister Erin. Erin's got a book coming out. One of the better books on nutrition and not overeating on sugar like I sometimes do. Erin, this is what I'm doing today. I got the water going still. Erin, best golden mic ever. Erin, you got a new client here in Fabber. Morgan, he will dunk. There isn't a challenge Michael won't accept. I can't wait to see it. Fabber, I can't wait to see it either. I'm gonna be like dressed up as some like I don't know what
I'm gonna do it in Miami with you there. Like white man can't jump style. I'm gonna dive in.
Are you gonna dunk and give a little bit of favor?
No, and then we're going to the Sizzler on you.
It's on me. The Sizzler is on me. Tony Dias just picked up the book and read parts of it to his daughters. What is that? 10.
And they loved it. 10 and under softball.
10 under softball, and they loved it. Nice. Erin says, "Leave the sodas alone." Fabber. She'll get on you, Fabber.
I drink 1 Mexican cola a day.
Bill Water says, "Hey, bro, it's an easy last name. Water with an S." Sorry about that, Bill Water. I'll try to
What
get
are
it
you
right.
doing?
I'm getting called out by Bill Waters on the show. So this is the deal, y'all. We got a couple more minutes. Continue to give your love for Michael Fabber. Share this out because this one's a good one. This one's a good one. Share this out to your friends. Share his message out. And Michael Fabber, this is the reason why the show's called The Golden Mike, brother. I don't know if you've seen this, but I one last wow face as a golden Mike descends. I hope our video editor puts a golden Mike descending when you're making that wow face. So I want you to imagine, a golden Mike descending right now. And that golden Mike translates into every language all across the world, Fabber. And when I hit the switch, the mic goes live. Boom.
If one of us can do it, all of us can do it. We can all make it. You gotta just believe in yourself, man. We can get through anything. You can get through anything. We all have the power within us, man. We all are capable of greatness. All you gotta do is unleash you. Go get it, man. Go get it.
Go get it.
Go
Michael
get it.
Fabber, you've said it all. We'll have you on soon. The community that's been supporting Michael, thank you for making this one of the most memorable shows ever. Michael Fabber, straighten up. Love you. Take care of your family, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thank
all right,
you, man.
take
It
care,
was my
brother.
pleasure. See you, man.